the time to talk to us at glammetal.com today. First question I have for you guys is Finger Eleven was known as the Rainbow Bump Monkeys at the time of winning Hits FM's Rock Search in 1994. Who or said what was to make your name, who changed your name? What was the idea behind that?
I think it was just a little bit of growth, in the band. We released that record and it did pretty well, probably better than we expected, and we actually toured it and realized what happens when people really get to know your band. When we came to making our second record, we knew that we didn't want to be called the Rainbow Bump Monkeys anymore because people didn't take the music seriously. So the growth of music really sort of spurred it, Our music changed quite a bit from it being super fun and sort of jokey to like a little more serious, and then we knew that we just had to change the name at that point. So,
coming from the Buffalo area, I talked to Rick earlier. I'm from Buffalo, Rich. I don't know if you know him. Coming from Buffalo area, you guys are only an hour away, obviously in Burlington. That's where you guys grew up. Being played on a local radio, you guys weren't as well known nationally. What broke you guys big to make you guys more of a national act?
I think just nonstop touring over the years that we've done. It's been a really slow build, and I think that's also a reason that some of the fans we had back then have stuck with us. We just we started in a van and trailer. We didn't jump up to a bus right away. We didn't overdo anything when it wasn't time yet. And we just started in little clubs for 10 people. The next time we come back, it's 20 people. And I think that's really the key. Is you just got to stay out there and tour as much as you can, and hopefully deliver a live show that people remember, and want to come back and see, and tell their friends about.
Well, you guys, like I said, are from Burlington, Ontario. Do you guys still reside there?
No, I live in Toronto now. All my friends and family do. Scott still lives in Burlington. Rich, he lives in Hamilton. And then a couple other guys live in Dundas, I guess, right?
Yeah, same thing.
So you guys basically kept your home roots. You didn't make obviously move on to LA like some other people, or New York or whatever?
No, we just definitely stay local, what I mean? We just, all our friends and family are there. That's where we grew up. That's our home.
We're also, we're proud Canadians. It's a great country to live in. We love touring America, but it's nice to go back home, where we're from, and definitely all love living in Canada.
The last CD that you guys did, Them versus You versus Me, has produced many hits called Falling On, I'll Keep Your Memory Vague, Talking to the Walls, of course, Paralyzer. What's the next single that's going to be released off the last CD?
I think the newest single is Talking to the Walls. That's the newest thing. And as far as the single after that, I don't have any. I don't know. I didn't even know Talking to the Walls was going to be released, so it's a nice surprise.
We kind of go with it. A lot of times we'll have ideas for singles, but you see how the single before that does, and we also have some international stuff we're going to do. So we're going to go over to Europe on June 1st, and Europe and Australia and New Zealand. So we'll find out later. Right now we're sort of focusing on this single, and then we'll see if there is going to be another one. We'll kind of figure that out later after the fact.
Do you guys have any input when singles that come out? Is that pretty much the record label, or do you guys have say, listen, this is what we want to be released next?
Well, when we make the record, I think we try and make it full of songs that any of them could be singles in our opinion. We try and put the same amount of pride into each song, so that if it happens to be a single, then that's cool with us. When it comes to choosing a single, it's usually we all work together. We all want what's best for the band, so everybody just decides what will be the best songs.
Does it seem, years after playing, the clubs in Southern Ontario, how does it feel that obviously success has finally come your way? How does that feel?
It feels great. Like I was saying before, I think, we're happy that it's been a slow build, because when you do actually get some success, I think you appreciate it more. I can't imagine some bands that they come out right away, all their dreams come true. There's nowhere to go after that. So it's nice to always sort of climb the ladder, and each step of the way you appreciate it, as opposed to, I don't know what this is like, but I imagine having everything at once, it'd be hard to, to not take some of that for granted. So we've been lucky that way, although it's been a struggle sometimes. Each time you reach a new plateau, you sort of look around and sort of absorb it and appreciate it a little more.
You guys have played the NHL Awards, Miss Teen USA pageants, sort of TV shows. What was the one show that you guys had the most fun playing at?
Well, it's actually it was Miss USA, because Miss Teen USA, I think it would be creepy if we played that, you know what I mean? But anyways, no, Miss USA was one of the funnest TV show experiences. It was amazing. It was a really, really big event, and it was something so surreal that we never thought we'd be doing, It was fun for us in a way, because we had to rearrange the song and learn a new arrangement, so we actually got on days off, we rent little rock clubs and rehearse, and it was a really fun experience. And we got there, you know, it was just a really good time. And then, you know what? We haven't really had a bad TV experience yet. They've all been pretty amazing, you know. So.
You guys are doing some big festivals over in Europe this summer, including the Download Festival and the Rock and Ring, and that's in Germany. What city does Finger Eleven enjoy playing the most?
Well, as far as being a tour, I don't know about playing. I mean, there's so many great cities, but we had a day off in Barcelona, Spain a couple of years ago, and I mean, just to actually be able to walk around and, you know, see the architecture there. It's a really beautiful city and really clean, and just seems like a real nice place to live. So, but as far as great shows,
I mean, to be honest, as far as great shows, one of the probably the best show in our band's history was in Burlington, Ontario. To be truthful, like we went back there after about 10 years of not playing there, and we played down by the waterfront, and like they said, like 50,000 people showed up, and it was an amazing concert for us, you know. So that's one of the ones that stick out in my mind, and it's lucky that's our hometown, because it's like that worked out pretty good for us. But you know, it was just outside. It was like the local, it's called Sound of Music Festival. It's a summertime festival, and it was just a great, wicked experience. A nice homecoming. So.
Have you guys been starting the process of writing the next CD yet?
We haven't actually started writing. I mean, James and Rick are always throwing around ideas in the back. You know, what we have done is talked about, you know, I think what kind of record we want to make, and sometimes that's important to do before you start writing, because, I mean, well, on the last record, we wrote so many different kinds of songs, and we had a really great, diverse record because of that, but we're going to try to, you know, do it a little bit quicker this time, and I think a good start to that is to sort of just know what you want, you know, what kind of record you want to make. So we spoke about that, and I think the juices are starting to flow again. The band's getting excited about it, but we still got a lot of touring to do on this record, so hopefully we can have some songs by the time we get home and sort of get right at it.
You guys work on pretty much primarily right at home, and do you guys do all the work for the music at home, or do you guys do it sporadically around wherever you guys can do it?
I'd say like 99% of it's done at home. Like we have had on our last record a song called Windows Song made it on the record, and we recorded that on the bus. But when we're out on the road, we tend to just not think about writing as a creative outlet. It's usually about the show as a creative outlet, and then when we come home, that's usually when all the experiences we gathered on the road sort of tend to start inspiring everybody to write. So usually that's just the way it is. I mean, you know, I think everybody around us, and probably including us, wished it was quicker and we wrote all the time and can put more records out, but we just do it that way. I don't know. I can't explain it. Yeah.
Being, like I said, I come from an hour away from you guys. Who are your influences growing up? Like maybe it could be nationally, but what about locally too?
Local music? I mean, when I was young, there was a Toronto band called I Mother Earth. They're sort of, when I first joined this band, it was one of the first bands I started touring with, and that was first, you know, one of the local bands I saw kind of get signed and got popular. I kind of saw that all happen, but I don't know.
What is
bands like influence growing up, like local bands?
Neil Young. Neil Young was a huge influence for me growing up. Like, I saw him at a couple concerts when I was young, right at the right time. You know, I just started learning to play guitar, and it was amazing. Like, that was it for me. Like, as far as how to write songs and to perform and just be yourself in your music, you know. So for me, Neil Young, I mean, it's sort of an endless list of influences growing up, because it's every day to be a new record and a new band you get into, you know. But yeah, we toured with I Mother Earth quite a bit, and that was an amazing. They had a lot of influence on us. Yeah, that's about it.
I guess I was thinking with those guys more just the first band I kind of saw, you know, Toronto sort of make it. I mean, I didn't know who that band was when I was young. They weren't really an influence in that way. But just as far as like a, you know, when I got to an age when I started realizing, you know, bands from from Toronto around the area were getting record deals, it seemed more possible that maybe one day that could happen to me. So that's kind of what I meant by that.
How long are you guys going to be on tour for this CD? Like, what are you guys? I know you guys going over, like we just talked about, to the festivals over in Europe. Are you guys coming back over to the States and Canada, like after that?
Yeah, we're gonna do. You know, I think we'll definitely be going into next year. I think September we might. Are we doing in Canada again? We don't really have everything booked yet, but I think the calendar's getting full. We got a lot more touring to do. And
We're gonna tour forever. That's what's gonna happen. It will be forever. No, it'll probably be like another year, I imagine, from this point on. We got to write record at some point, though. We got to go off the road at some point. But right now, we keep getting offers in different places around the world and just different, places we haven't been yet, and we haven't been back to Canada in a long time. And so it just takes time to cover that much area, So.
Well, it's great to see you guys are getting the final of the recognition that you guys deserve. I've been following you guys for a long time, and it's good that you playing a festival like this, and a lot of people are digging you guys. And any closing thoughts you want to say to our glam metal readers?
keep rocking the glam. Are they all glamour people?
We cover it all.
Wow. Well, yeah. I'm a fan of some glam music, some Pretty Boy Floyd. That's all I got. I got nothing for you.
I totally didn't hear what you were talking about.
Any closing thoughts you want to say to our glam metal readers?
Yeah, goodbye.